Hello and welcome to the Comic Conspiracy episode 186. This is for the week of December 1st, 2014, and we're here with a heavy heart and to say goodbye to a good friend. But we'll go around and introduce first. Who's here this week?
Blacksad.
Omar.
Filling in for Toby, we got
Joey the Snake.
Oh man, Joey the Snake is filling in for Toby. Toby should be here soon.
Bryce.
And Charlie.
Hello everyone. Joey the Snake.
Ryan.
Your name's not Joey the Snake.
Yeah,
What's your
it's
real name?
Billy.
Billy.
Randy.
Billy the Kid.
It's Randy. Randy's back from Japan. He's our ROC champ.
Yeah, you were on
HeroClix.
like it was like 2 years ago, year and a half ago, or something like that. Was it a year ago? Yeah. Okay. What were you doing in Japan?
Teaching English.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was cool. It was
That's
cool.
awesome. Nice.
Sounds like something a lot of our listeners have done or want to do.
I've known. I guess you're the third person I've known that has gone to Japan to teach English. So yeah, that sounds
I'm
about
sure.
right.
I'm sure Kenzo and Liquid have been there. Sorry, you're not Patreon. You didn't. But you got your shout out for free. So start paying, bitches.
Well, Omar, we are very, very sad to say that this is your last normal, regular episode, in-person appearance. At least for you'll probably be back at some point. But we've mentioned a few times you're moving.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be in Oahu starting next Thursday, so I'm fucking excited about it. I'm scared about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss it. Fucking, obviously, it's all about the relationships, all my friends.
Yeah.
I fucking made some really good friends here at the shop, and, that's the way life is, you just fucking meet people. You never know where it goes, and fuck, some of you guys have been fucking people that I've seen, like, on the regular, like, more than sometimes my girlfriend. she's been definitely the last 7 months. She's been in Oahu.
Yeah.
Last 7 months. So I've been having to get massages on the regular. So thanks for joining me today, Randy.
Yeah.
Well, I figure we'll kind of let you. What do you want to talk about?
Well,
this is your last episode.
Holy shit! I mean,
we got some stuff to talk about. But hold on. Before we do that, let's go back. Let's touch on the history of Omar here.
Oh wow,
we've talked.
You're gonna make me cry, bro.
We've
Are you gonna make me cry?
This is like
plenty of tissue behind the counter.
Whoa, I know. What are they called? Like, this is your life or something like that, right? Are we gonna do that? So you've been a customer here for a long time, but you've been doing the HeroClix thing here for a while.
I think
and
I
on the
was a
podcast.
customer. I started coming here when I started dating my girlfriend. This was back in like 2008.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Fall 2008, I think.
Yeah.
But I was coming here because I was scoping out shops and going to old shops back in the day that I used to go to, because I went to Fremont High, which is right across the street. A bunch of regular customers here either teach there now or are friends that still come here, and we're shopping on the unders because I didn't realize that fucking jock ass was a super ass nerd at the time. Talking to you, Chris, if you're listening, or CJ Cooper. Sorry, threw it all out there.
Yeah, I remember that when you guys came in and you totally didn't know that he was in the comics and all this stuff,
all, and we would have been actually really good friends.
Yeah,
like if I didn't make out with his girlfriend too at the time.
Oh,
so
all right,
yeah. Huh? But whatever, that's
uncomfortable.
A long time ago.
Yeah, high school. Okay,
yeah.
But as a customer here, you've been buying books for a while. But I remember when you started, you were like the toy guy.
Yeah,
you
big
were
time.
like big
Dude,
toy guy.
I am all about my plastique, my articulated sculpts. All about fucking just.
I think like the Blackest Night
points of
figures.
Articulation, dude. That's when I went deep.
I think that's when I remember being like, okay, who's this guy? Because he's buying like every figure I get in.
Motherfucking piece.
Yeah,
and like, dude, and like, seriously, it really takes a higher level of discipline. I pray to Buddha every night. Please don't let me grab any of those beautiful DC Direct pieces, and do not let me jump into those fucking sculpts, because goddamn, I would be as broke as fuck.
Yeah, don't look at the Batman the Animated Series figures.
Just
don't look at them.
They're 6 inches too. Fuck, that's like my size.
They're really good. They're really good.
Almost.
Well, you've obviously moved more in the HeroClix and everything like that in recent years. Kind of become the click guy. Yeah. And I remember the first time you were here, we had kind of a bunch of the guys that couldn't play on a regular basis. Yeah, Bryce was here.
He was here with like this big old, like, in my mind of minds.
But you didn't know Bryce at that point,
know him.
Right?
He was like this fucking good-looking guy that just walked in every Wednesday I saw. And like, he seemed kind of like, athletic, but he probably thought I was gay. He thought that I was just checking him out.
Wait, you're not gay?
No.
Oh, shit.
But I have nothing against
sure?
that. I have plenty of gay friends, so don't get mad All you fucking people on the forum trying to hate and trying to throw me under the bus.
Yeah, who's that guy?
Talking, I don't know who the fuck that guy was. But anyways, he's like trying to throw me under the bus and trying to like even tag like heavy hitters on that shit. Like Steven Arnell, like I give a fuck what he thinks because he's a fucking idiot too.
Okay.
Yeah, like, come on, dude.
But
like,
you see this beautiful man named Bryce.
It was Bryce, Scott, and Gage. Those are the three guys. That was my triumvirate of fucking plastic crack haven. Fuck you guys. You guys were like the fucking Trinity of Sin for me. You guys got me into the hero clicks, and I've never let go since. And it's horrible, but I love
fucking
it.
Awesome. It's horrible and awesome.
Yeah, it really is. But for comics, you were the motherfucker that got me into Booster Gold and Green Lantern. You remember that shit?
Did you not like Green Lantern before the Blackest Night stuff? Or were you just buying the figures? Were you not reading it?
No, I was reading it, but you're like, Blackest Night is cool.
But
you're
like right when it started.
You need to actually check out Jeff John's earlier work with Green Lantern. Like, check out Rebirth.
Well, and because the figures came like kind of down the road from it.
Later. But you said get into fucking Rebirth. And you had a whole fucking, remember that? I was like blown away because like you never go to a shop and find a whole fucking run. And that's what I love about you guys. You guys always have fucking runs.
It's complete.
And God damn it. Like, God damn it, Jim. I'm so happy to be able to get like a lot of runs. And then, of course, I go to Brian's Books, also known as Elusive. I still call it Brian's Books.
Yeah.
Go to R&K, now known as Comics and Collectibles. Go to fucking Big Guys. Oh, no, that's Comics Collectibles. Not you.
Yeah.
And, of course, Lee's. So, like, for me, again, for those of you listeners don't know me, for many years, for the last, as long as I've been shopping here, since 2008, I've been shopping from San Francisco because every day I commute from San Francisco. I work in San Francisco, but I live in Santa Clara. And I would go to shops on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I would hit up like 10 shops. And for me, that was just my ritual. That was like me. That was me going to church on Sunday. You know what I mean? Like talking with all my boys, talking to my homies and homegirls too. Quite a few of them, actually, surprisingly. And a lot of them actually come here, which is fucking awesome. Definitely in San Francisco there's more, but that's because there's fucking a lot of hipsters and shit. So, which I know is trendy, but some of them actually stick around. And there's quite a few of you. So I want to say shout out to Jane and fucking Aaron from Comics Experience. You guys are fucking awesome. You guys rock. And for me, like, it was all about just going through and talking story about the shit that we all love. No different from what people do when they talk about sports. No different from what people do when they're in a barbershop and talk about fucking basketball. Oh, Toby's here. Look at that. Speaking of basketball, Kobe, motherfucker. 30,000 points, 6,000 assists, first ever. That's right. So just so you know, Ryan gave me full autonomy. Ryan said I could just say whatever the fuck I want on the mic tonight. So you're probably going to hear me crying. You're going to hear me like fucking talking about basketball. You're going to hear me talking about other shit. It's like,
Bryce is a very handsome man. You missed that.
As great as Kobe is,
he doesn't miss it. He sees
first in NBA history, the first guy to get teabagged.
Fuck you.
Hey, how many wins do the Lakers have this year?
They got 5, bro. So shut the fuck up. That's more. That's like
how many do the Warriors have? Sorry, I can't say that every year, so I'm gonna say it.
I think they have like 15. They're like first in the West, I think. Anyways, sorry, this is not the basketball conspiracy. This is the comics conspiracy. So what I gotta say is like my experience here has been like what I love is it's a really good, healthy balance of modernized comic book purchasing. It's kind of biased, obviously, but I still shop at a lot of other shops. But this is the place where I fucking keep my subscriber. Even though sometimes I get my shit and it's a little wrinkled, but that's nobody's fault because that's Diamond's fault, right? That's Diamond. So because then I go to another shop and I'm like and this is the experience that a lot of you guys know, especially you fucking assholes that are out there and you fucking have your pull list and shit, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you go to another shop and you're like, oh damn, the same fucking crease is there too. And that's pretty consistent, I think. Diamond is pretty consistently fucking weak as fuck when it comes to their shipping.
There's a lot of dudes that live out there that like they only have one comic shop for 30 miles though too.
Stuff like that's printer at that point.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Valiant had tons of issues with that, like when it first started.
No, but that fucking Deathstroke #1, I was so excited about it. Tony Daniel, fucking Blatt, and fucking Morrell. Yeah, dude, I was so pissed. I was like, fuck you, Ryan. Of course, because I always put the blame on Ryan, because just like he's like Kobe Bryant.
Of course.
With the losses, you got to put it on Ryan. With the wins, you put it on Charlie and all the rest of his fucking homeboys. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So
Higgins is a lot like Kobe Bryant.
I'll take it.
yeah, and then fucking it was probably maybe like a year and a half ago, maybe, or maybe even longer. I don't know how long I've been podcasting with you guys, but you said, hey, why don't you fucking come on? Because we'd have our regular Wednesday talks or fucking Thursday talks depending on who's here. I had them a lot with fucking our boy, rest in peace, fucking Sam.
Yeah.
And Sam and I would always talk about all these fucking stories and talk about fucking comics and series. Talk about being a nerd, but talking about still getting that beautiful thing right in between the female.
You gave him permission to talk.
All that shit. Just like feeling that splash, being a splash brother. Warriors, go Warriors. So
now we're talking.
Yeah, man, but I'm just fucking happy to be a part of it because there's some magic here, you know what I mean? It's like, it's cool as shit. I feel like when I hang out with you guys, like, fucking I can nerd out, but I could still fucking, pull my cock out. It's great.
Please
and
don't.
boy, do you.
Oh, Jesus.
He's all, I'm going to delete that, I'm going to delete that, I'm going to delete that.
He's time marking everything.
Well, there were two big things from this week, Omar. I know you wanted to talk about here.
And one is not Omar's penis.
No. Neither of them are. I know you want to talk about that Walking Dead finale.
Oh my god! For any of the people on the table that have not watched Walking Dead, guess what? You fucking showed up tonight. Too bad. So sad. But man,
I've already read the
You know
comic,
what?
Well,
so.
and this goes out to everyone too. I mean, maybe not the absolute craziest episode of Walking Dead, but up there.
The acting, I think that
spoilers.
people do not give props. I think
Big
to actors,
spoilers.
man, like fucking that, they deliver.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's one thing that Kirkman said in Talking Dead, which I watch every so often, only when it's like really vital and important, or if I see on Twitter.
I never watched Talking Dead. I don't know.
I don't care about Chris Hardwick, to be honest with you. I actually liked him more when
He's cool, but I just don't care about. I mean, just
Ryan just sees too much of himself in Chris Hardwick because he hates it. It's like, it's like the Big Bang Theory. He sees too much of himself.
Well,
and he hates it.
they have the
So
same.
Chris Hardwick, he hates it.
Yeah, they do have the same haircut.
Yeah.
They both are pasty.
it's a really successful version of me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It depends on who you talk to because a lot of people really don't like Chris Hardwick. Anyways, I preferred his co-host. What was her name again? Jenny McCarthy. My God, Randy, that's what you're here tonight for, bro. Jenny McCarthy.
When that happened?
What was the show called on MTV?
Dating show.
It was a dating show back in the day.
Oh.
And dude, that fool did not age. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. White people around the table. Most of you are all fucking white.
Except for Chris Hardwick.
That motherfucker Chris Hardwick does not age. That fool looks young as shit still. He looks like he would.
Vampire. He's a vampire.
Fucking vampire as shit.
He's part Asian.
Anyways, what I like about the show is that they bring in comedians because, obviously he's a stand-up comedian for many of you that don't realize it. So he brings in people that are entertaining, and you don't realize that these people actually are into nerd shit. Like people that talk about stuff like last night was, I think, Key Michael Peele. Was it Key?
Oh yeah.
Key Peele. And Key Michael Keegan, that's right.
Yeah.
And dude, that guy, he was like even...
Have you ever watched Key and Peele? Those are two nerdy ass guys.
Yeah, they're
always-
super
yeah.
fucking nerdy. Or they just have really good writers.
No,
because,
they're nerdy. No,
they're
they
nerdy,
totally
but
are.
David Letterman would not be funny as shit unless he had Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, sure, of
Right?
course.
So you got to give props to the people behind the scenes because it's all about the puppet masters. That's what I want to be one day. It's just that puppet master. Like people think they love this fucking motherfucker, and they're like, "You really loving me, Omar, all over your face."
What are you talking about? You want to be in the spotlight more than anybody. You want to be a puppet master.
A little bit of mix of both.
You want to be the puppet master and the puppet.
I want to be like, yeah, I do.
He wants to be so powerful he
He
plays
wants
with
to be
himself.
his own puppet master.
Yeah, I want to kind of be like,
You
I
want
want
to stick your own hand into your own puppet.
That's true. Agreed. I want to be like, you know who my hero is? Is fucking P Diddy / P Dizzy / fucking P Dizzle / Dirty Money, whatever the fuck his name is now. Like that motherfucker, and like what he wants to be back with. What's her name again?
J-Lo?
Not J-Lo.
Cameron Diaz.
He wants to be back with Cameron
He was
Diaz.
ever with her? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I just learned that today.
Just passed around.
Okay, so going back to what we were saying, we went off a tangent, and I know you guys are hating it and loving it at the same time. But we fucking Talking Dead is cool because it's pretty much like this. It's like this. We're just all talking. Sure, there are talking points. Like Ryan sends out 10 minutes before we fucking all meet up.
Hey, I usually do it like
or not at all. Or not at all.
Or not at all. Like last week.
If it wasn't for you, Toby.
What?
If it wasn't for you, but this behind the scenes shits, because I'm just like fucking, I'm bringing it out. I'm like being the truth. I'm like Morpheus. I'm showing the truth. I'm like, fuck y'all agents. The truth speaking.
I didn't
here.
take a pill.
Yeah. If it wasn't for you, we probably would not have talking points, which is important, I think, when we fucking have a fucking podcast.
But Ryan never listens to my talking points, so it didn't matter.
Sure I do.
No, it didn't. You ignored him completely and started your own talking points.
I listen to
bullshit. Come
and
on,
I like them.
Every time I listened to my talking points, you just threw it out the window. You like never freaking read it, and then you start your own.
Of course I do.
No. You didn't listen to those until you made your own.
What would a podcast be without a Toby and Ryan fight? These are the best. This is like,
See, this is Omar doing the Puppet Master shit.
So
And if you just knew what happened behind the scenes.
yeah, exactly. So
Dance, Bryce, dance.
I really like Talking
He's
Dead,
got no strings.
and also the one thing that they do that I think is special is they do like the puppet not the puppet master shit, the fucking the like I said, behind the scenes they have like all of the people that actually do the work that you never see how they came up with these ideas about doing shit. Yeah, the unsung heroes. This Warriors dropping. Fuck the Warriors. It's all about Lakers right now. But
I think at some point we were talking about the mid-season finale of Walking Dead.
Yeah, well, the episode. Forget Talking Dead. I don't care about Talking Dead.
Oh my god. Why the fuck?
Wait. So where in? So I've only read halfway through Compendium 2 about if you could. I know that it's not the same. It's not 1-to-1. But whereabouts in Compendium 2 are they? Maybe this is a broader question. In Compendium 2 are they? Because I know that we got Mr. Black Preacher, we have Handlebar Mustache, we
have Gabriel.
White Trash Boy.
Yeah.
Gabriel showed his truth into why he's on the show, because there's so many death. We always need a fucking preacher. Dude, that shit was so powerful. And I don't think many people talk about that shit on the interwebs. Dude, when you go to a fucking funeral, many of us have been to a funeral. Okay, all of us I think have been to a funeral.
Probably all of us.
Dude, when you fucking have the word of the scripture, any scripture, it doesn't matter what the fuck it is. That's just fucking powerful. And I think, dude, beautiful to fucking have. You don't think Gabriel fucking added that spice to that shit? Dude, like...
Well, I see the guy from The Wire, and it's not the same to me, man. So,
okay. I think there's like 3 people from The Wire, right?
Yeah, dude, it's the sequel to The Wire completely, man. It's what happens when Baltimore burns down and with zombies, and then we get Walking Dead.
So,
in terms of Bryce's question, I don't remember this particular story arc in the comic book at all. This is
a new story arc for the show.
So the answer is not at all.
But a pretty major character dies. I don't know how they die in the comic, but...
by the way, spoiler alert for any of you listening right now. If you guys are reading the comics and watching the TV show, guess what? It's shit's intermingled.
Yeah.
I really feel this was...
So this is major spoilers, I guess, if you're reading the... No, I don't guess. It is. If you're reading the comics, have they gotten to the cannibals yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so they passed the cannibals.
They
got Gabriel. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's about where I am, because they just escaped the cannibals, where I read up to.
Well, and the cannibals were used differently in the comic book than they were in the show.
Yeah,
and so
they didn't really escape the cannibals.
Oh,
in the show.
In the show, they kill all the cannibals.
Yeah. So
no, they killed the cannibals in the. Have you guys even read the comics? They killed the cannibals.
Yeah.
Well, you said
but
they didn't escape.
I think
they
that's
just
the
killed them
difference.
all.
No, but they like.
Well, the big difference is
they didn't escape.
they
but
gave the
escaped that
cannibals a
situation.
history.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that makes
the
you
show.
connect to them more, which I think is so important when you watch TV. And it's so crazy because sometimes I go into a bar and I'm watching The Walking Dead being replayed like on fucking projection, like as if it's a fucking movie, and everyone's just all quiet and shit.
What
fucking
bars?
phenomenal, dude.
Bars. What bars are you going to?
Go to the city, go to Oakland.
Yeah.
There's
It must be
Sunday-
the one that was playing
there's
He-Man
a-
the other day we were there.
There's a
Yeah.
fair amount of
That's a
bars
good
that Sunday
bar.
night run like a Walking Dead night where you can come and drink and watch
And
Walking
it's
Dead.
it's like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead. I think it's just so fucking
You get
powerful
half
for the
off a
mainstream
beer if you show up
audiences.
as a zombie.
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
Mainstream
I'll go there,
audiences,
too.
and they also serve drinks that are based Walking Dead, just like all the fucking beautiful commercials that are all Walking Dead related, just like all the fucking films that they said, oh, hey, Walking Dead, because everyone knows that fucking people are watching Walking Dead. People are watching Game of Thrones.
Clearly, something like Walking Dead has gone into the main audience because there's not 15 million nerds watching this show. It is my sisters watch it. Like people random people I talk to in like a doctor's office. They're like, oh yeah, like Walking Dead. Like they know that it's a comic book. They know what this thing is. So it's
so important for the medium, and I think that Kirkman is an asshole. He's a fucking dick. But you know what?
Wait, why?
He knows because he knows how to fucking fuck you up.
But I mean, I think Walking Dead is, maybe almost more important than the movies because it's serialized, because it's ongoing. It's you get one great Avengers movie every couple of years, but it seems like the TV shows actually are more a more direct comparison to the book.
It's something that people want to talk about every week, and
right?
Like you say, something that stays around you. Just like when you're like having that fucking hookup that you never intended to, and you take it a little too farther, and then you think that you actually start liking her, and then you get her pregnant. Oh my gosh! Wait a minute! Oh, now you're my baby's mama. Wait, should I buy her a ring?
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah,
it's true. It's like it's gravitas, dude. It's proximity.
Well, I think
I think that you can't have one without the other, though. I mean, I don't agree that it's more important than the movies, unless you mean that it's important in a different way than the movies.
Exactly. I think it's almost, you take the two halves, the movies and the TV shows. The TV shows are not closer in the source material, meaning the plots are more similar. It's more closer to the format.
Yeah,
where
it's serialized.
It's long term. It's over the course of a number of years. You have some changes. Movies tend to be like boom. Movies are the graphic novel. Movies are the one shot.
It's a good way of putting
it. TV shows are the ongoing series.
Well, that's the thing is like people always ask like, oh, Avengers came out. Did you see a boost in comic book sales?
Not really.
But the thing is like something like Game of Thrones, Walking Dead. The source material is so kind of solid on its own, and the shows, at least TV shows, have done a really good job keeping the essence of the original material, even though they're changing things, like with the cannibals.
You know what I love about fucking Talking Dead is Gimple and Kirkman. They have the same lines they say all the time. Well, for those of you that are reading the books, he says that every fucking time.
Real quick, Omar, I'm going to jump in here for a second.
Please do.
Scott on Patreon says, kind of bummed that I probably won't get to meet Omar when I come out to the West Coast next year. Have fun in the blazing hot hellhole that is Hawaii. Just try not to bitch about the VOG too often.
Well, Scott, guess what?
Originally, is that the vagina fox he's going to be in?
No, VOG, for those of you who don't know what VOG means, hashtag VOG. Everyone knows what VOG is in Hilo or Big Island, Hawaii. That's where my mom's originally lived. That's where my two brothers lived. It's called Volcano Fog, so VOG. Oh, okay. So right now, because we fucking have fucking Goddess Pele is deciding to show her power, and fucking the volcano fucking came up, and fucking it's oozing all over the place, which includes the post office, the only one Mexican restaurant that's in Pahoa. I used to go to as a kid, so it's like some serious shit. So Scott, word up, my brother. The VOG sucks. I used to have asthma, but I don't because I smoked a lot of weed when I turned 12. That explains a lot about why I am who I am.
I'm going to chip in from time to time with these too as we're going through. So
okay,
I got some comments for you. So,
sounds good. And I'm going to be honest about it. That's what I think they love about me. I'm like Daryl. I just keep all my emotions on my shoulder.
Daryl confirmed straight as well. I heard. Yeah. Talking Dead.
Dude, fuck, man. It's just like that show. You know what? It sucks. I hate the mid-season finale, but I understand it because of the way they want to do holiday programming. But man, so good. Sometimes the mid-season finales I think are better than the fucking season finales.
It's been good. But we got to get to the death. The most just almost seemingly out of nowhere death.
Spoiler.
The very end of the episode. Beth, headshot from a cop, almost accidentally it looked like.
You know, I just have to say, it always drives me nuts in any kind of format where it's like, we're going to make a huge plot point about getting this person back. We're going to sacrifice people along the way just to have them die at the end. So it's sort of
But that's Walking Dead.
Dude, don't you guys love, though? Like, seriously, 3 weeks ago, everyone's all... Oh, what the fuck? Why isn't hot Australian bitch Lauren? I don't know her name in the show. I just know her as Lauren Holly, the Australian chick that is getting banged by the Asian dude. Makes me fucking feel good. Maggie, yeah, Megan. Lauren Conrad, Maggie, I think is her name. Yeah, Maggie.
British?
Yeah, she's Australian.
Huh.
Fucking Maggie. She's like, why is Maggie not showing any emotion towards anything? I'm like, dude, there's nothing but emotion the last 2 episodes about fucking shit. And like, fuck, man. I feel so bad for that character. It's like, dude, one after another. First, my dad dies and gets fucking
decapitated.
Not even decapitated. That's like the worst. He's like used Michonne's blade, but he did not even know to use a katana. He's never been never knew how to hibachi that shit. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, you knew something was happening, but you're like, all right, are they going to kill the black kid? What's his name?
Noah.
Noah. Yeah, I was like, are they going to kill him?
Well, everybody loves Raymond. Everybody hates Chris.
Yeah,
everybody hates Chris. I'm sorry. Everybody loves Raymond. Everybody hates Chris. #Ferguson. So trying to go deep on that shit. So I really think the shitty part of that whole thing was I didn't think that I don't think Beth intended to kill her. She just did that shit as like fucking a slap in the face.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck, she has like 3 scars on her face from all that shit. But motherfucking bitch got all defensive and she's like all wants to hold on to her power and shit.
Yeah.
Got all fucking juiced out and shit.
I actually was.
And in terms of the acting quality there, just all the facial, because you don't really get any dialogue in that scene.
Yeah.
You just see the facial expression as she kind of does the, oh, fuck, what did I do?
Yeah.
And then you see Daryl's face. And
Daryl was just.
Daryl's a big fuck you.
Yeah. I was expecting a shootout, and I actually.
Fuck you.
It surprised
that's
me.
a fuck you.
It surprised me that they didn't.
Daryl was confirmed straight. Is he supposed to be gay in the show?
No, they've created him, and even I'm sorry for interrupting, but Kirkman said they wanted to keep him kind of like a sexual. Because they weren't ready to introduce their gay character from the books.
Sexual.
So they wanted to have something for everybody. Yeah. So he's like the LGBT. I mean, he has fucking angel wings, bro. Who wears fucking angel wings on your fucking cut off fucking vest, bro? Only
Have you
people
been to
that.
Florida.
Well,
Much love to all people in Florida.
Go to Oakland.
But yeah, that ending was brutal.
Dude, I was crying, man. That shit was so fucking crazy. I was like, fuck you. Because I'm friends with Kirkman on Facebook. I was like, dude, fuck you, man. I hate you. But, I was like, dude, that shit's fucking good as shit. Like, if you fucking get emotions, if people are all fucking pissed, like, and to be honest with you, Beth really was a character that was so transformative, like, through the whole fucking last 5 seasons. Like, she was like nothing. And then it kind of shows you, like, through growth and through, like, perseverance, you can be fucking interesting, you know? And now she's going to fucking have an awesome rock band career. So I'm happy for her. So, but damn.
Well, being on the West Coast, like, as the episode was finishing airing on the East Coast, I just saw a billion things on Twitter, and I'm like, nope.
That's
Turn
your
it off.
own fucking
Shut
fault to
well,
be on Twitter.
No,
Are you on Twitter?
I wasn't looking at Walking Dead spoilers. I was just like, oh shit, people are posting. So I was like, nope, close. Will not look back. And then
I
today,
still remember having this almost exact same conversation as we were in line for Guardians.
Yeah.
Just get off the internet.
I did all day, but God forbid anyone that hasn't seen it, all day today, the hashtag RIP Beth has been trending all day. And I'm like, oh man, if anyone hasn't seen it, they're screwed now. If you even just go on line one.
I hadn't seen the episode yet, and you were like, "Oh, we're going to be talking about it today." I'm like, "Who died?" It's because I've also read the comic book, so it doesn't surprise me too much, but it's nice to see the avenue that they take.
The hope that I have is that, and I said spoilers. There's many of us that have read the books, many of us that fucking watch the fucking show. I hope that Carol's saved.
Oh yeah. Oh, she seemed fine. She got out there, so.
Yeah.
Wait, so did they kill? So I haven't read up to this point. If they do it, did they kill Beth up to Compendium 2 in the comics?
I mean, she dies in the comics, but I don't know.
Dude, we're a comics conspiracy. We can talk about the heavy shit. We can talk about the shit that's out now. We can talk about
well
comic
past
books.
Dude, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. I agree.
Hold on, Charlie. Did you actually end up reading 100 yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
He has no idea what happens in issue 100 yet. He's managed to avoid that the whole time.
You can't.
I've managed to
one
avoid
you
it.
cannot touch.
And the volume 5.
I won't say shit. I just wanted to bring up her name.
Wait, are you reading it monthly? Walking Dead? Do you know what happens in issue 100?
Through friends, yes.
I know what happens.
I had to wait till the volume 5 of the Slipcase came out, which just came out not last week, but the week before. So
I
will know soon.
Adamantium edition.
Let me put it this way. I know more than a half dozen people that stopped reading Walking Dead after issue 100. They said it was just too... They just said, I can't. I'm just done. It's too much. It's too hard.
Kirkman, I think, teased that shit because the show's going to change.
Yeah.
The way the programming, the way the show is. And, dude, if they're going to have 2 Walking Dead shows out, dude, let them all die. Game of Thrones. They want to beat Game of Thrones.
I don't even want spoilers past the 100.
Well, what they want to do is they want to surprise. They want to have a higher shock value than Game of Thrones because that's their competition.
But here's the problem:
even though they don't compete directly,
killing people just to kill people is dumb.
It is
killing people just to kill people.
Spain with Game of Thrones.
No.
What?
Spain in Game of Thrones, they had like some fucking ungodly record number of people apply to be extras for Game of Thrones.
I saw. Was it Spain?
Yeah, it was in Spain where they don't regularly shoot, but because you've read this, I'm still on.
Well, yeah, because the majority of a lot of the shit that's going to happen. The reason we're not going to see Bran because he's in training, Jedi training. We're going to see everything with fucking
Dorne.
The Persians. Yeah, the Dorne. Yeah,
the Dorne. Yeah.
Persian, Spanish, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Mexicans,
the Middle Eastern,
Latin. I don't know.
The Middle Eastern,
the people that are not white or black or fucking I don't know on horses and shit.
Okay, so I don't know about Persia, but Dorne.
Sorry, Charlie.
The whole Dorne stuff.
I had to say sorry, Charlie, once this podcast.
Yeah, I'm actually just thinking. And how much editing do you want to make Ryan do tonight?
Well, let's move on to another topic you wanted to talk about. That's Star Wars trailer.
Oh my god, it was so fucking delicious. The best one that I loved because we saw five trailers that came out the last week. 5 trailers came out. Oh my god, I love fan films. Dude, because actually some of the fan films look so fucking good. The one that I was blown away by was the one... No, not Black Stormtrooper. Okay, we already know that's trending, bro. Honestly, that's like
Stormtrooper.
Wakandian here. It's Wakandian Stormtrooper. Yes, exactly. Wakanda.
Are you talking about the George Lucas Star Wars Episode 7
no,
trailer?
I'm talking about the one where
awesome.
That was funny as shit. Which one do you like?
I like the one with old Luke Skywalker in there. I mean, you posted that one.
Yes. Yeah. That one I got from some dude that was in England, and he pretended to say like, sorry, this is going to probably go down a little bit. So it looked like he was in the theater, and it was kind of shaky, but it looked, for the most part, it was all cutscenes from Old Republic, but he also did some fan inclusions where it showed like old Obi-Wan, old Luke fixing a fucking lightsaber. He's like, and it was Darth Vader's voiceover on. It's like, so my son, you must come with me. So he pretty much changed his lightsaber from good, good to bad.
Wait. I'm sorry. For all the people that haven't seen this, because I think that I'm the only one at this table, but there might be 1 or 2 listeners. What the fuck? What are you talking about? I haven't seen any spoiler teaser trailer. There must be one.
No, because there's one legit trailer out right now, but there's like 7 others that were done by fans, and people didn't realize whether they're real or not.
Based on the one, or based on like stolen footage?
Well, now everybody knows. Now everybody knows what the real one is.
I still think the one you posted is real, dude.
You think so? I think there's some parts.
Not real. No, I want it to be real.
I want it to be real too.
It's way cooler than the real one.
So the teaser came out.
Okay.
And there's
what is the teaser? You keep saying the words teaser and trailer. It's Ryan Scott on the Geekbox keeps talking about that whisper quiet book that is so fucking annoying.
It's a teaser trailer. That's what they're called. It's like 80 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a minute, 90 seconds long, and it doesn't really give you anything.
Yeah.
I mean, if you remember the older Star Wars, it was they used to do the thump, and they would just fade in and fade out and fade in and fade out.
Which they do now with all movies.
Yeah, all movies. So that's the teaser.
There was something like 20 seconds of just black in this trailer, and no, I'm not talking about stormtroopers. I'm just talking about just the cut.
Good for you, bro. Good for you. Way to clarify. That's the only shirt color you wear, by the way.
Just a cut to black. Like a fourth of the trailer was nothing. So, of course, I'm there day one for Star Wars. You have to kill me to not get in line. That teaser was pretty dumb.
Okay, so let's go around in order like we usually do.
Yeah.
Let's break it down really quick in order.
Yeah.
I loved everything. I loved every part of it because why did I love every part of it? Because it's a teaser trailer. Everybody wants to see Han Solo. Everybody wants to see Luke Skywalker. Everybody wants to see Leia. Guess what? The new trilogy is not about them. We're going to connect with them. It's going to be a part of that shit. It's going to be a part of the legacy.
So I didn't even know you guys were talking about him. I thought you guys were talking about the dude with the red lightsaber.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were talking about him.
The dude with the red lightsaber may not be a guy. A lot of people think that's Brienne from Game of Thrones.
Of Tarth?
Yeah.
Dude, and you know what? If it is Brienne...
Can't wait.
Shit. If it's Brienne, yeah, people are saying it's either Brienne or fucking Adam dude from Girls. The fucking
Adam West?
ugly Jewish
Batman?
dude that fucks all those fat bitches on fucking Girls. Yeah.
What a terrible show that is, by the way.
Yeah, it's horrible. So, I mean, for the most part, I think it was great because it showed us snippets of what we can expect from the new characters that's trying to push Force throughout the trilogy. I'm hoping people die because that's what it is, right? Walking Dead.
Push Force.
Between Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, people die. Let go.
Yeah.
That's like, like...
Oh, I'm not...
let go of what you had before in the past.
No, I'm not. I have no problem with the new people in the trailer or anything. It just that teaser felt like, well, these are the 4 scenes post finished over the weekend. Let's just put them. There was nothing. It was.
But they showed they only played the fucking John Williams score during the fucking Millennium Falcon.
Whatever.
And why? Just because you're so overloaded on not having fucking 3,000 TIE fighters shoot the Millennium Falcon and not hit them once?
But it's like, okay, the Falcon's in the movie.
Why aren't you not happy, Ryan? What's going on, Ryan? What's going on?
So I legitimately,
I
legitimately thought, okay, so I hit play on the. I hit play on the shitty Apple website still using broken-ass QuickTime. And
QuickTime is only 10 times better than Flash, but okay, keep going.
When it eventually went up on YouTube, like the real thing that people use, I watched it. And
guess what? YouTube is using QuickTime now. Good job, Ryan.
Wait, that was it?
Whatever, Flash is bad. Anyway,
Flash is going away, buddy.
Flash is bad. I'm not saying Flash is bad. Flash is terrible, but so is QuickTime.
But Flash, the TV show, is great.
Best comic show ever. Now
Flaro. Anyway, so when the thing starts and it's all the desert, and then the guy pops up, I laughed.
The Black Stormtrooper?
And looked and went, oh, I obviously have watched some parody thing. Let me go back and reload it. And I'm like, wait, nope, this is the right link. And I hit play.
You're incredibly
And
unreasonable.
I was like,
so
wow,
you
okay.
have a problem with that? That was 80 seconds of nothing. You have a problem with that?
Goofy, but okay. No, like the whole opening thing.
Green Lantern was perfect.
Yeah, Green Lantern was pretty decent.
All right, guys. So, making sure.
He's
a
Ryan Reynolds fan.
And then, like, okay, there's the random people and the girl and the little tri-saber and the Millennium Falcon. He was cool enough, but I was like, oh, all right. I guess this was Star Wars. This looks like Star Wars.
Wait, so why do we think that tri-saber person was a girl? It was
broad saber.
Brienne is fucking taller than fucking anybody.
Yeah.
No.
A lot
of that person was stooped and wearing a cloak, and it only showed them from the back, and it was dark.
Some people
look at her limbs; she's fucking long as fuck. And that dude, Adam, whatever the fuck,
Levine,
Jewish kid.
Just kidding.
His name
Adam Levine is in the movie. Man, the girls are gonna flock to it.
No,
he's not that big.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So it's a lot. That's why people think it's.
I don't know how you know, Ryan.
The lady that plays Brienne, but no, I mean, it was perfectly fine. It just was, I had the Jurassic World trailer, that Avengers Age of Ultron trailer. Like, those are some fucking trailers. This was like, oh, okay, it's 4 scenes of nothing. All right, I guess Millennium Falcon, that looks cool, I guess.
Teaser.
Yeah, no, I know.
Well,
I know it's a teaser.
I prefer this trailer where I know nothing about the movie. Jurassic World? That's Jurassic World Part 1. It's like, I've seen that movie already.
Sure, but this just
Ultron is all right.
This felt so just... Like, we're just going to throw you
I'd rather see a bunch of
a couple
shit
random,
good to go.
completely disconnected things that are just like, yep, Star Wars exists. Like, that's what it felt like. It wasn't a teaser or a trailer.
Exactly what it was intended to be, though. And we've seen teasers like
But
that for like Star Trek forever and stuff, where you just have the little emblem
Just the logo.
turning.
But people were like, oh my god, this looks amazing. This makes me feel like a kid.
Than Star Trek. Star Trek goes like the logo and then the little blinging thingy.
Yeah, no,
and
that's
that
dumb
was it,
too.
and then a little humming.
But how does this make you feel like a kid again? It's like 4 random shots of nothing. So that's all I'm saying.
To me, it's
all
just
I'm saying.
all about
It was perfectly
establishing, look, Star Wars is coming. The world of Star Wars is back.
Sure.
And that's all it was.
Thank you for being reasonable, Charlie.
So for me, when I watched it, I was like, "Ooh, new Star Wars trailer," and I watched it and I was like, "Okay, J.J. Abrams, it's dark. That's point number 1. Good." Like, I don't care what's in it. Like, I'm just seeing images.
There was nothing dark or light or anything.
No. Compared to the prequels,
well, sure, of
this
course.
movie is being shot darker, and I'm like, point 1. It's nice to kind of see the characters,
not, but I
just
like
glimpses of what it's kind of just a little bit of a glimpse of what's to come. But I think the main point behind it is the ginormous December 18th. So everyone can mark their calendars for when they're standing in line.
One thing I love about it, the people that talk about shit on the 501st forums and shit, is the potential that this may be a Sith story.
That's fine.
Because we didn't get one in the prequel.
That's fine.
Because now we may have the person that was the narrator, supposedly Andy Serkis, may be the Yoda of the Sith. That if that happens, dude, I will be fucking blown away.
The Yoda of the Sith? That would be fucking incredible.
I could see Andy Serkis doing that. Yeah.
So is he really, really tall and really fat?
I know, bro. He sounded like fucking Schmog to me.
Smaug?
Smaug.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
Schmog. That's what you
Schmog.
get in Shanghai. That's not...
He's just keeping German. So.
Yeah.
Snort the beer.
No. Point it towards you, Omar. There you go.
Yeah.
Mike
Hey.
still has to be in front of your face. Actually.
All right.
But yeah.
How did you feel about that, Bryce?
It was good for me, which is something that I've said rarely. It was...
Whoa.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was nothing. I don't know how you're getting emotional at all
I'm
about
not.
it. It was like so...
No, he is. Look at him.
you are, though, Ryan.
Here, I am emotional about I'm emotional in response to people that were like, "This is like the greatest thing ever. My childhood reborn." It's like,
Yeah,
no,
but you're
this
just
is
being comic book
He's
shop owner where you
raging
just hate
against the
everybody.
internet like every week.
this was the
That's all it is. He's just
Yeah.
raging against the
I
internet
guess I
like
should have
every
known
week.
that, but
Yeah.
anyway, on the
Well, it's not just the internet; it's all the people
Now,
that come in
guys,
here too.
guys. The
On the
better
pre-show-
question is, how did he react to people that said Jurassic World sucked?
The trailer?
Yeah.
Well, they should be eaten by Star-Lord and his gang of dinosaurs because that was the greatest trailer of all time. That
his gang of velociraptors.
No, biker gang,
Velociraptors.
biker velociraptors.
that was so when I'm watching the Jurassic World trailer, I'm like, the beginning of it, I was like, this looks fucking amazing, and then they're like, hybrid dinosaur, or whatever. I was like,
Then he saw Star Lord. He goes, "Yes."
I was kind of like, well, hybrid dinosaur, like, okay, whatever. Okay, it's gonna like be more of a horror movie. All right, that's cool. All right, and then the Velociraptor biker gang, and I was like, sold, fucking sold, 1,000 times sold. Yes,
Velociraptor biker gang.
yes.
Just so you guys know, this was like preteen Ryan Higgins going.
So that scene, yes, it's like the Millennium Falcon for a lot of people. That scene of the Velociraptor biker gang was me.
All right, then.
being
So why
childhood.
you hating?
I'm not hating.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just saying
are.
people are
The
making
first
a
thing
big
out of your
deal
mouth
of this
was like,
teaser.
"Oh, it was just silly to me."
It was silly. The only so the
Oh, yeah,
first
the Velociraptor biker gang is not.
very first thing I thought, the absolute very first thing that came to my mind, and Omar knows exactly what it is.
Black Stormtrooper.
And it was, man, we ain't found shit. you know that is the very first thing every single person thought
I haven't
watching
given
this.
Ryan a high five in a long time ever in the podcast. High five.
That was the first and only thing I thought when I was
that
watching
meme was the shit though. Like that shit took over. That blew up. That broke the internet. Sorry, Kim, you didn't because you're fake ass.
But
Yeah, I'm sure you love that.
I am.
shit.
I am
Now,
still.
did that Black Stormtrooper have a comb in his hair?
Jeez. No, like, I mean, I don't. He's supposed to be kind of the main guy. Of
No,
the
but dude,
movie,
he's
so.
fucking sick as fuck. For
And
those of you that have
I'm not
not,
making
we
fun
talked
of-
about Attack the Block.
Attack the Block. Yeah,
Dude, that show.
Who is the Black Stormtrooper? For all you guys that know him.
It's like Toby's favorite movie.
What?
Attack
Attack
the
the Block is awesome.
Attack the Block is
Yeah.
such a
It's
fucking
the
good
best.
film.
No, I
It's
am
the best.
not. I don't care about the.
It's so awesome.
You know, I made this comment to someone. I said, I don't think anyone cares about the race or gender of any of these characters.
Anybody in California and New York and Hawaii, anybody across the coast.
more-
But everybody in the middle is like, oh my God.
I think more Star Wars fans are concerned about the colors of the lightsaber than the colors of the skin of the characters.
actually
okay,
really true.
I would like to think
which
that
I
way
totally
too,
think is which I think is gonna be true. I mean, anyone making up like, oh, a Black Stormtrooper, like fuck hair is like, that's not a thing.
Is there seriously a problem with that right now?
Yeah,
Really?
it is. Yeah,
Why?
Because apparently the clones weren't
People are
black;
stupid.
they were white.
Well, these are not
But-
clones anymore. How
No,
about
the
that?
clones were not white. The clones were fucking Pacific
Pacific
Islanders.
Islander.
They were fucking a bunch of Sullies from
But,
fucking
you know,
Tonga.
It's not like somebody could kill a stormtrooper and
No,
then
aren't
take
these like
their
just normal
uniform.
stormtroopers now? They're like
Normal
no,
stormtroopers,
Well, there's
Right.
still plenty of stormtroopers.
They're not clones.
and people forget that. You know where Luke was going in the first movie? To the Academy? He was going to be in the Empire. Like he could have been a stormtrooper had that first movie not played out with him going off.
But you know what? He was a little short for a stormtrooper.
Oh, exactly. That's where he was going. So, you know,
he probably would have been that guy with that big head that moves that little
stupid.
I'm confused. Not all stormtroopers are clones, are they?
Not
in the new.
Not in the modern.
In the past,
Hope.
it was.
Yeah. Really, all of them?
Well, yeah, because it was based off of the fucking most deadly fucking mercenary out there.
Yeah, it was all the clone troopers turned into stormtroopers.
Django.
But then
the D is silent.
They started bringing people into the academy.
This is after 5, 6, 7. So
yeah, so
there shouldn't be a problem with them recruiting normal people.
Well, even in 5, 6, and 7,
they were not all clones.
5, 6, 7, 4, 5, and 6, they were not all clones.
They were not?
No, they were just getting regular people, regular civilians.
So what the hell is the problem?
And hey, guess what? There was a shitload of 501st Mexicans fucking back in the 80s. For those of you who don't know, because I got a bunch of pictures that will prove that shit. So you fucking cracker-ass crackers and fucking just racist motherfuckers need to shut the fuck up and like fucking dude said, get used to it.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe deep down stormtroopers just want to be black.
No, I am so psyched for
the
this.
line always is crossed with you, Brock. Like you always go over the line, dude. Always, man. This is like the second time in this podcast you went over the line.
I guess I should have said Wakanda.
You just gotta let it go, Brock. Just let it go.
Oh, I'm just having fun thinking about all the Darth Vader stuff with the voice and then the reveal with the helmet. And now you have the opposite with the helmet.
Well, I'm still waiting on the special edition where you open the mask and it's James Earl Jones under the mask instead.
Well, Omar, Don on Twitter.
Yes. Hey, Don.
Says, Omar, even though you like Marvel more than DC, you will be missed. Have fun with your new adventures.
Oh, so Don, you're so sweet.
And I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if that's true either.
Well,
yeah.
I would say
I think he just wants to egg Ryan on.
Even though I think he likes DC more than Marvel.
I would say that I'm a DC boy. However, I really love the Marvel stories out right now
because I'm loving hard about that answer.
No. I really think that Remender every time like I put my books in order.
No, I know what it is.
It's all about Remender. It's all about Slot. It's all about it's.
No, I know what it is.
What is it?
It's the handsome Bryce brings out the Marvel boy in you.
It could be.
Well, who could blame him?
Yeah.
Anyway,
love you, Don.
Well, I think we're all super stoked for Star Wars, regardless of anything.
Yeah, except for Ryan.
The only crappy thing is it's the day before my fiance's 28th birthday, and I have to do something really special that year.
Did you see your fiance's 20th
birthday? How's that going to work?
28.
Yeah, 28.
I was going to say, because you've been dating him for more than 3 years, bro.
She ages in reverse.
Okay.
All right, Billy. Fucking, what's it? Benjamin Button. You got me to it. Fucking Benjamin Button.
Well, Omar, we get a sidetrack here because we got to talk our book club, but
we should.
We'll do that real quick and then we'll come back
because we're Blacksad right now.
A lot of black in this episode,
and then we'll come back and
Brock again with that line, please.
I crossed it.
It's when white people from the South say it. It just doesn't come off right. All right, that's the problem.
Sure.
Are you from the South?
No.
Oh. He just looks like it. He just looked like he walked off the set of fucking Sons of Anarchy.
2%.
So, Charlie, why don't you introduce your book club pick of the month?
So my book club pick of the month,
and hand me the one that's sitting behind you there, so I can.
No.
So wait, so are you?
So anybody who can't see us right now, so all our listeners, everybody's having fun fighting over books on the podcast this week.
Well, the funny thing is, this book was here all along because I came in on Sunday trying to read it, and Charlie was it's not in the store.
Yeah,
so I just can't believe it.
I had it in the back room. I didn't.
That's fucked up. I was sitting here not reading the book.
Any event,
it looks like we stopped about the same spot though. So
me and you,
yeah,
that's me.
Yeah, I stopped right about where you are.
Oh, you like my little marker?
Like
Toby
halfway
uses
through.
Kleenex as bookmarks, which is like, really? Bookmarks are hard to come by?
Yeah, dude, no, because it doesn't fold the paper. If you use a real one, it's kind of too thick, and if you press it too hard, it leaves creases on that shit.
Dang.
Wow.
Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
So back to Blacksad.
I use a piece of papers also.
Respect.
Yeah.
So,
look, Ryan's editing that shit out.
OCD.
My book club pick of the month was the first volume of Blacksad from Dark Horse. It's a imported book that is absolutely phenomenally awesome.
Well, it's actually a collection
Don't undersell
of
it.
the first 3.
Right.
Yes, I know I'm underselling it, but don't worry. I could go on for 20 minutes as a
absolutely
preface. Just
phenomenally awesome. Keep going.
No, I really like this book. I like the fact that looking at the art kind of reminds me of the old, like Disney Robin Hood and that kind of stuff. But then you get a nice, gritty, dark noir story out of it. It's got a lot of sort of poignant stuff within there, within sort of the time frame. It's got a like white supremacist story in that first volume. It's one of those things where I definitely like books that can sort of have a message and even necessarily highlight stuff that we don't necessarily like to highlight. And within this book and within the way that they sort of present it all, like when you dealt with the white supremacist story, it was all polar bears and different white furred animals and stuff acting as the white supremacists in that story. And it played out in a very sort of classic story fashion. And I love that. I grew up on a lot of the sort of like Disney Robin Hood, Secret of NIMH, a lot of those sort of
fucking
animal serious stories that
anthropomorphic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Secret of NIMH, fucking sleeper hit.
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry.
That's Don Bluth.
I'm with you, bro.
You're the worst.
So this sort of definitely had a certain nostalgia factor for me on that level, but no, I don't necessarily get into a lot of the noir stories that often, but yeah, I like them when I do. And this one definitely stood out to me.
L.A. Confidential meets Robin Hood Disney.
So it's written by Juan Diaz Canales and Wangzhou Garnido. I'm probably butchering those names, I'm sure.
Yeah,
two
that's
Spanish
why I
authors.
stayed away from it.
Yeah, two Spanish authors, but it's actually really big in France, and it was published there originally. Dargaud, which is the French publishing company.
Yeah, and when they printed the first book, they printed the first 3 stories that came out.
Yeah.
And then since then they've been sort of printing them as new stories come out. So,
so they're like in Europe they're published like graphic album style. Yeah. So I don't know how old. I don't know when the first volume came out.
When did this come out again? I'm sorry to miss that because I was pissing.
It was 2003, I think.
The first volume came out in 2003.
The first
no, it was before that.
2000.
First volume was 2000. Okay. Yeah. So every couple years there's a new volume of this.
So I guess Dark Horse first printed it in 2010, but it was 2000, 2003, and 2005 for the first 3 stories, and since then there's been 2 other stories that have come out in nice little hardcovers. They are awesome. I like this book a lot, and I want to hear what other people have to say about it.
Yeah.
So is the second volume collected that is 60% the size of that? Because this is 3 stories, those are 2.
No, they're about the same size.
No, they're a little thinner.
Oh, are they? But they're not.
They're not. This has 3 stories in it. The other ones only have 1.
Yeah, only one story. Yeah. They're a bit longer, and they have a little bit of more back matter and stuff in them.
So I had this book on my list for a long time. I'm generally not a big fan of anthropomorphic comic stuff. I mean, I love Disney stuff. I love like Donald Duck, but a lot of times in comics, it's just
weird because you love Nintendo and Pokemon.
I do, but a lot of times in comics, it's just bad furry shit. Like, honestly, that's always...
It's the crossing the line of Disney to furry.
It is. A lot of times when it comes... But I've always heard good things about Blacksad, and when they started coming out here a couple years ago in English, because I'd seen these before. It must have been one like the French or Spanish, because I've heard of this before Dark Horse started releasing it. But it was never in English. So when they started coming out here, I'd wanted to read it, and Charlie, thank you very, very much. So I've read the first 2 stories in the first book. I didn't read the third one yet. But you are 100... What does Stan Lee say on the front there? As good as it gets. He's absolutely... Stan the Man Lee on the little cover blurb there is absolutely correct. This book is amazing. The art is... those European artists... I'm sorry, American artists. I love all your... comic art, but you're not even on the same level as these guys. Like no one, maybe Quietly and his influences are as close as an American artist gets to the stuff. These guys.
Did you actually said it right after your Pax Americana episode last week,
where I said it like 19 times?
Did you say quietly?
Quietly. Guardino, the artist, or Gardino, he is fucking incredible. Like, this is some of the best comic work I've ever seen. The stories are, I don't want to say that they're not cliche. I mean, it's crime noir. He's, Blacksad is, I'm assuming it's Blacksad. Brock pronounced it Blacksad, and I was like, didn't think about pronouncing it that way.
Why the fuck? Why?
I'm assuming Blacksad, but I don't know.
I've always said Blacksad.
Either way.
It's French, it's Spanish.
There
could be
not
some
either way. It's one
accent.
or the other.
You could. I mean, it just depends. I don't know how it's pronounced. But
Yeah.
During the time when this came out,
I'll say,
I was actually 2000. You said 3? 2001, 2005.
2000, 2003, and 2005 were the original publication.
I was dating a Vietnamese girl that was from France.
Vietnamese?
And Blacksad is the way I think.
Blacksad?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm American, so Blacksad. That's how we'll say it here. But you can pronounce it however you want.
Well,
Brock,
is
you
she a
could say
conflict
sod.
nerd? There's no fucking context with your girlfriend. What the fuck?
Well, she was very manipulative, and she didn't let me go out with my homies, so I had to break that shit off.
So basically, I should take what she said and think that it's 100% wrong.
Yeah,
So Blacksad is right.
that's probably right.
All right. We've settled that.
So Blacksad is just he's a private detective, and he's working on various cases, and it's I don't want to say it's typical. I mean, these are crime noir. It's stuff that you've read something similar to it before,
But never with the human cat.
But right, the anthropomorphic part of this actually really makes the story. A lot of times when they do it, they kind of either focus too much on the animal part or not enough, especially in that white supremacist story, which is the second story in there. The way they go about making the characters white or not white, because Blacksad's all black, but he's got a white muzzle. And they're like kind of poking fun at him of like, the white guys are like, you're not white, and the black guys are like, you're not black. Because he's got this white muzzle. So very interesting.
I get that all the time.
I like the way they don't go too overly animal in most of the parts of the story, but then when they do, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes the anthropomorphic stuff gets too. You either completely ignore it or it's too animal, just in human form. This kind of splits the difference very, very well, which I think is important because that's how these books should be written. But this book is great. It doesn't shy away from violence and sex and nudity and obviously this white supremacist story, very controversial subjects. But they do a really, really good job with it. I mean, it just looks like this should be storyboards, amazing storyboards for some awesome animated movie. Like, I could see every single one of these. They look animated. The drawings look like they should just directly be turned into animation.
It sounds to me like really fucking very much more sophisticated take on Felix. Not Felix, no. Fritz the Cat.
Fritz the Cat. It's a little bit different than Fritz the Cat.
It's very anamorphic. What's it called?
Yeah.
Anthropomorphic?
Anthropomorphic?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
no, dude.
You're either that hammered or you don't know the word.
No, Fritz's dick was huge though.
What?
I don't. I haven't. There's been some nudity in this book, but it's mostly been female so far. But
and that obviously is not fair because I think a lot of the ladies out there want to see some cock.
Well,
Some cock.
So Jim Strenko does the introduction, and he actually has some cool points pointing out. The small characters come off as the rat, the mouse, these timid animals. The big guys, the bouncers, are always the boar, the elephant. These big, the bear, and it makes sense. I mean, obviously, again, not probably the first person to ever do this, but it really works within the context of the story. So, yeah, this awesome. I want to read every volume now. I mean, just 10 out of 10, hands down. This book is really, really good.
Woo!
Love it. Yeah, very, very much.
10 out of 10 Charlies.
Yeah.
Charlie
Wow.
Yeah, I love it. This is one of the best books I think we've read for the book club.
That's like the most Ryan's ever talked during a book club.
Yeah.
Unless it was a Grant Morrison one, right? Yeah. Then I have a lot to say.
Fuck that noise.
Then I have a lot to say.
It certainly wasn't a Marvel book.
No. I mean, what I'm saying is that's the most you've ever talked, like not fucking like jumping in and defending a book, like you're actually having a normal, just like conversation about a book during a book club, and I appreciated it.
Brock, you gotta.
Yeah, no, I mean, I actually read it about 2 weeks ago now, a week ago. we're gonna have.
He didn't remember when you read
matter.
it. Just, you know.
Doesn't matter when you read it.
But the art's incredible.
I was going to say the same. It doesn't matter. Do you not remember it anymore, Rob?
No, I remember it. Yeah. It's just it's Charlie and Ryan hit on a lot of the good points. It's like the art in this book is fucking Jesus.
It's fucking Jesus.
It's fucking Jesus.
So what's very carpentry?
Yeah.
It's like a woodman. Someone likes to do wood, make wood, make floors.
But I think that I think it's the animals take on the characteristics of the people very, very well. Like the assassin in it is a snake or a lizard.
Oh, spoiler!
But there's it's really, really deep. The stories are really good. I mean, you've probably read some form of noir story that's in here, but they do such a really good job of making it kind of their own, especially with just how the pacing of each story goes and what's the main topic of each story. And the again, like the smaller characters do get a lot of just play just from what the animals that they are, right? I think it's in the white supremacist story arc where there's a point where it's like they seem almost so human, and then they'll there's a moment of dramatic tension or something where I think the polar bear roars, and it's now become more animalistic, more like base, and it's a good blend of both human and animal characteristics. So I blew through this book. I mean, I read it fast as shit when I was at work, just because I was just absorbing it all and enjoying it. I have
bosses don't listen to this podcast.
Oh, I do it while I walk and take a break. Smoke a cigarette while I do it.
So you had to do it in 15 minutes.
Yeah, so I had to do it in 15 minutes. But no, I really, really think 10 out of 10 Charlies. It's really, really good stuff.
Holy shit!
So it looks like that. I mean, there's time spent on this book. Like the art doesn't look rushed. The art has each panel is given enough detail and enough time.
Who's the publisher?
That it needs.
Well, Dark Horse imported it.
Oh, okay.
So. But I mean,
so not Dark Horse because they imported it.
Yeah, you look at it, and as we talked about when it came to when these stories were published, it's 3 years roughly or 2 years between stories. Like they do seem to have picked up the pace a little bit because after I read this, another volume came out, and then another one after that, and that's only been a couple years. But that being said, they're not churning out a bunch of other books during that time frame. These are not. When I was talking to Toby about this recently, like one of the things is you pick up the book, it looks like a large book, but it's only about 160, 70 pages, something like that.
Sounds all right.
So it's
a quick read.
Yeah.
Yeah. Each chapter is a pretty quick read.
Yeah. So, I mean, each story taking 3 years to publish something about the equivalent of 2 comic issues.
There's no Kevin Smith style word balloon covering 3/4 of the page. I mean, it's all.
Or you mean Grant Morrison, or you mean Warren Ellis, or you mean Neil Gaiman, or you mean Neil Gaiman?
Not Gaiman never does that. No way.
Never.
Very rarely.
Yeah. I didn't read the book, but from what I looked at, Panthro and Chitara getting it on looks like fucking 10 out of 10 Charlies to me. Thundercats, ho!
I thought it was.
What do you got to say, Tobe?
No, it's Thundercats.
I really enjoyed it. I think they picked the animals for the characters really well. The facial expression, the eye expressions is really well done. The art's phenomenal. The stories are solid. Being a fan of this kind of stuff, but I'm not used to being in kind of more mature stories. Like as much as the Don Bluth story was, a mature story, but there was mature themes in it. The Green Mouse Detective, there's a line that didn't cross, which this book kind of crossed for me, which I wasn't used to it. I mean, it wasn't out of place by reading the story, but I just wasn't used to it.
I mean, there's sex, there's death, and there's
murder.
But
I was just like going in, I'm like reading, I'm like, cool. Whoa, boobies and cat pussy.
Well, I mean, the first few pages alone is just bam in your face.
Yeah, so just kind of not used to it, but other than that, I mean, it's
Come on, bro. You've been raised on Demon Sword, bro. You saw that fucking tentacle go right through that fucking lady's ear.
I've seen tentacles.
And she was like,
But no, I mean, it's really well done. That took me a little out of it, but other than that, I think it's phenomenal. The art's awesome. The detail's amazing. The coloring's amazing. The size of the individual books, though, it's kind of how I grew up reading books. So that was right in my wheelhouse. So it's just 3 of them, and you can actually see it really clearly marked when you hold the book sideways. So yeah, I'm gonna do 8 out of 10 Charlies for me.
Nice. You ruined my streak.
Sorry.
Well, Toby,
I don't think I've ever done 10 out of 10, to be honest with you. So 8 out of 10 is probably as close as it gets to 10 out of 10.
I'm excited to read it. I haven't read it yet either, but I'll have it read by next week. The shop copy that I was looking to purchase was mysteriously missing.
Yeah. I wanted to read that copy too on Sunday. I came in, I drove in here, had a falafel,
Higgins
sat down.
Today says that it was like
Well, now he has his falafel hands and tissues in Charlie's copy, not our.
And
copy.
I got the grape juice and everything ready to go.
No, but it looks great. And so I mean, I don't like cats mostly just because I'm deathly allergic.
Do you like
them.
pussy?
No, that's different.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
But I think that it was great to choose a noir story with a cat main character because cats are so noirly expressive. Like they're always, if you look up any fucking cat memes, they're always surprised, but mostly like they're always fucking dour. They're always they got like scowling. They're
grumpy.
They're always grumpy motherfuckers. Somebody always fucking pissed in their cereal. Somebody always killed the woman they were having sex with.
So if you like Grumpy Cat, this is a book for you.
Toby,
what?
Do you want to introduce us to your pick for next month?
Well, he's not done yet. Hey, excuse me. Bryce is not done. Finish talking.
Well, Bryce, next week or the next time he's on.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
Yes,
I'm done now.
Charlie,
it's your turn now. I guess you kind of want
Oh, no.
Oh, I guess Charlie should actually tell us.
Jesus, Ryan.
You kind of.
I would be 10 out of 10.
Yeah, you kind of already gave us your review.
Yes.
I love this material.
Yeah.
I always it
tell
always
us why more than that.
Well, okay.
Yeah, tell us why.
I feel like I already did.
No, dude, you did. I think what you
But-
said that was the fucking most standout shit that I have not heard in a long time was fucking Secret of NIMH. Dude, that is like such a fucking
dude, you
wonderful
see Secret of
story,
NIMH
dude.
too?
Dude, it's
The
There's a
fucking
second
is
one?
intense.
so good.
I mean, also,
T.O.
Jack,
But I'm just saying that, like, that right there, that's like
I do think they were-
legitimate. You are a fucking nerd, and I love you for it. I love you for it, Charlie.
Wait, that was a fucking incredible
Yeah.
child movie.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
He's not a nerd.
Yes.
He was
No,
a child.
but he
That was-
remembered that
The
shit.
child who was not a nerd. He was a child.
Maybe both, but
But I guess the one thing I can say about these books is as they come out with new volumes, they are always the top of my list. Like I buy stuff and I sit on it for years and years and years in some cases. That's never the case with these. I always read them like the same night I buy them.
he's talking to you, Jeff Johns. Just sits in your shit
It
for
does
years.
remind me a little bit of Fievel too, just being with the dark nature and stuff like that. The first
Yeah.
Fievel movie.
Fievel was American Tail.
Yeah.
Not fucking Secret of NIMH.
But it was on that
I'm
level,
saying it also reminds me of that. Jesus,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I think people tried
I
to
thought you
like
were mistaking it.
No,
create that and package it. In
I own
more-
both on
in a
Blu-ray,
more-
fucker.
In a way that was more mainstream,
Yeah.
just like Walking Dead, right? So like, fucking, we got American Tail, we got fucking what was it? The fucking
Both are Don Bluth movies, by the way. Secret
We
and
got a bunch of
and,
those fucking
Fievel.
mouse, fucking Ratatouille.
He's the director of those two, and Titan AE.
We're gonna wrap up here soon. So Toby, why don't you give us your pick?
Oh,
for
okay.
next month or for this month technically?
It was only a matter of time that a manga would be introduced to this
my
monthly
goodness.
pick. And since the Great Naruto just finished its run in Japan, I figured why not start the beginning of it here. So I picked the first triple volume, not one, but 3, as the comic book pick of the month. Bryce, I think you'll like it. It's ninja schools. It's ninjas in ninja school. It's Harry Potter, but in ninja school.
I love ninjas and Harry Potter.
Yeah, so it's the Xavier instead of Xavier is a ninja master.
I
And,
really love Xavier.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's right in wheelhouse. Omar, you're unpredictable, so I never know what you think. I think Charlie already likes it. Brock and Ryan, I never know either.
Well, I've watched
they're the
basically.
whitest of the white, though.
I watched Naruto up till the the fill-in stuff, basically. I watched the first, 60, 70 episodes or whatever. So that's what this is, right? I mean, the first part of this is the first part of the anime.
Yes.
So, the anime was what I saw. I really like. So,
and I loved the anime until turned it into Dragon Ball too much. But other than that, I think it was fantastic. I think it's a phenomenal book, especially the beginning. Like I said, I really do think some of you guys will like it. It's a little different than what you guys usually read. So,
cool.
It's only a matter of time.
I'm going to read it.
Before we log off here, due to the way Patreon works, normally we do our thanks to all the people that backed, but Patreon is still actually processing because it's the first of the month when we record here.
It's the first of the month.
So I'm actually
get up. Oh, wake up! Sorry.
So I'm going to throw an extra thanks out here
wake up.
to our November patrons, Ryan Hess, Albert Soy, and Niall Thomas. For our high-end guys here. So thank you guys very, very much.
Wake up.
Next week and for the remainder of December, we'll have the people that backed us through November. There's a bunch of new people to thank, so we'll do that. Sorry, it's kind of a weird, the way this falls.
Damn holidays.
Yeah, the way this falls, we're still going to have technically four more Mondays in December, so we kind of just ended up with this weird extra one that I can't process all the names on because not everything's gone through yet. It's weird. I don't know. I didn't realize this was going to happen with Patreon. So hopefully this doesn't happen again. But thank you everyone that backs us on Patreon, and we will talk to you guys.
I mean, won't it happen every 7 months? Isn't that how it works? Did you already turn it off?
No, the episode.
Yeah,
we're still recording. No, I haven't done outros, or I haven't.
No. But doesn't it happen every 7 months?
It might. I don't know.
What happens every 7 months?
Did this land on a Monday?
We'll figure it out.
So are we done now?
Well, every week this lands on a Monday.
Are we done? Are we done now?
We can't be done on Omar's last day.
We're almost done. Omar, yes, we're about to go to the bar.
The first of the month would be a Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, we are going to a bar right now, so anybody in the Bay Area, if you guys want to join us, we're about to hit up.
Yeah, we'll still be there when you listen to
BJ's.
this.
If you want to retroactively go to BJ's on Sunnyvale, Saratoga. And,
Hey, are you going to be here next week?
I think I will, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so anybody that wants to go to BJ's next week, meet up.
No, but are you going to be on the podcast next week? Or no?
No, this is my last podcast.
This is not part 1 of part 2.
No, this is part 1.
He's going to be more packing and more. I mean, Omar will still be here next week. Yeah. He's not. You're leaving the 11th?
I'm leaving the 11th. I'm flying out the 11th.
Yeah, but he's obviously packing. And
for those of you that are fucking in Hawaii, hey, what's up? Welcome. I'm fucking here. I'm finally arrived. And guess what? You're going to get a lot of me, motherfuckers. So, if you guys are ever in Hawaii, hit me up. I'm on Twitter at Comics in the Kind. I'm sure Ryan will fucking hit that up. And I'm on Facebook too, Omar Brodrick. I'm very transparent, so you can just fucking friend me if you say, hey, I know you through the fucking Geek Box. Booyah.
If people come down to Hawaii, you're going to show them around?
Yeah, I won't show them around, but I'll fucking meet up with you fucking Mai Tais. We'll grab a drink and then
you show them where the bar. You show them where the good bars are.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a good night at Mai Tais.
Go to Chinatown.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's always good at Mai Tais. Hey, are you going to finally open up your comic lounge in Hawaii?
We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Spoiler.
We'll see.
Grand opening.
He's waiting for me and shit.
Oh, he's waiting for you.
Omar. We're going to miss you, buddy.
Hey, I'm going to miss all of you guys. I'm going to miss all of you listeners, even the fucking horrible ones. But fuck, man. It's been a fucking awesome ride. And shit, man. Just fucking keep on bouncing.
Yeah.
I'm talking to girls out there.
Well, this episode and all our previous episodes, a lot of which have Omar in them, you can find at geekbox.net and comicsconspiracy.biz. If someone wants to actually compare the swearing in this episode to a Wolf of Wall Street, which I saw the other night, which I think got the #1 most swears in an episode.
Well,
that is Omar.
I really didn't listen to Omar in my earliest episodes when we were going crazy and people were complaining.
I'm joking.
And it is a Martin Scorsese movie.
Yeah. Lots of swears in that movie. Forums at geekbox.net and the Geekbox Facebook group, which Omar is still part of. He'll probably be popping in.
I'll see you there.
So go say hello there. Digital.comicsconspiracy.biz. Go there, a ton of good sites. And if you catch this tonight and maybe extend it to tomorrow, I don't know, there's some insane Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales on the digital storefront. So
I thought he was going, there's some insane swearing going on.
Well, there's that too. But that's fine. Go and buy some comics there. Patreon.com/comic-conspiracy. So you can donate some money to us and you get some cool backer rewards. And we'll have a bunch of new people to thank next month for the month of December.
I'm going to roofie his ass.
conspiratobrock.com. That's Brock's website. comicsandtokind.com. Go there. Omar will have all sorts of stuff to say about his new travels to Hawaii. And the Infinite Longbox podcast and Wanders in the Fourth Dimension. Those are 2 other podcasts Charlie does. Go listen to those. I'm on Twitter, Ryan Higgins Ryan. Brock is Brock Sager. Omar is Comics of the Kind. Don't forget to follow him. Bryce Larsen is Larsen Bryce. I always want to missay that because I look at it and your name's backwards. And
yeah, it's very complicated. Nope.
Toby is Toby XI and Charlie's Insanity and Chaos. Don't forget to listen to the Geekbox Comedy Button, Good Job Brain, and the All Talk Podcast. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And Omar, thank you very much again for being on this podcast.
Much love in this club.